Hey guys, welcome to the podcast, the live reaction podcast with no name. Jedi and I haven't done this in forever, and we are so excited to read 92. You can tell we are excited because we're like hyperventilating. Just looking at the thumbnail, we're like, it's time. So we're just gonna get straight into it and just do commentary as we go along, per usual.
Alrighty.
Opening the chapter in May is so pretty.
I know.
And so traumatized.
So traumatized.
She got her leg this time. No.
And everywhere else.
Oh, Kozuke, no.
Bad
You guys
child.
are freely allowed to ship Kozuke and Mei, but I am not for it. That is not love. No.
No, that's obsession and possession, possessiveness and control and Anyway.
Violation. All right.
Kick it off.
Where am I? Why am I here? Where's Hayate?
Ooh, not Ryusaki.
Back to being traumatized.
Yes.
Click. Wow, she is in a different place. Think, Mei, think. What was the last thing you remember? I feel so dizzy. Maybe I got up too fast. Come on, let's see. I last remember falling asleep. Maybe Hayate is nearby. I shouldn't start panicking until I am sure I'm in danger.
Look
First
down.
things first. Oh no. First things first. I should see if I can find Hayate. Yes, find your man.
Find that man. Find him. Oh, wow, that's a staircase and a half.
Wow. This place is massive. It looks like a royal palace, but definitely foreign to what I've ever seen. Confirmed Kozuke is from a different country. Alright.
Dun dun dun.
I see no sign of Hayate, or anyone for that matter. This place looks like it's been untouched for years, but everything is so beautifully crafted. Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh no!
I get to be Zinned! Woohoo!
Oh, work it.
I will just disclaim, I don't have that bassy voice that he has, so this is gonna be awkward. I see you're finally awake.
Someone's followed me? Who's there? Lifelight with the red drapes. Oh my gosh. Yes, queen.
If I told you, would you attack me, I wonder?
Look
He's
at
got
him
his
in
own
the
Blood King mask.
Look at the mask.
Shoot. Everybody's keeping that Blood King persona just going.
Mm-hmm. My dear cold-blooded king. I see the drapes and I automatically hear the wind sound effect that I always use. Like the
Yes.
floating. I can hear it. This episode's gonna be so good. I can hear the intense dramatic music. Yes. Oh, she reaches and she has no knife.
No thigh knife.
Oh no. That's Kozuke.
Yes. If you're looking for a weapon, you won't find one.
Kozuke. Oh no. She's recapping all of her trauma. See, this is why it's not okay, guys. Even
It's
recording
not.
that episode was just so hard. Because, like, it was such a terrible mindset. Like, I had to do happy things afterwards for a while. Because I just I felt Mei's trauma so hard and it was so bad. Okay. What have you done to me? Why is my body... You took liberties with my...
Don't be crass, my love. I was restrained with you, proper. You're my fiancé. In my culture, the groom paints the bride with his designs, and as a show of love and intimacy. Sorry.
Oh no.
Before the wedding.
Oh.
Dude, bruh, that's not cool.
Bruh. Excuse me? I've never met you before in my life. I'm not your fiancé, and I never agreed to any of this. Now where am I?
Do you like it? It's a restored manor from an age-old kingdom wiped from existence. I can read, it's fine. But this
Take
place
some breath
is
away. Just breathe.
Just breathe. But this palace is my home, and it will be yours also.
I don't think so. Now, where is Hayate?
Oh, girl, get it.
Yes.
Getting down to business.
Wind sound effects intensifies.
And the chimes.
Yes.
None of your concern.
Don't test me, Snake. What's going on? Where am I?
I really badly want to insert the snake meme. The snake! Snake!
I just think of, I'm a snake. Look at Kosuke sneaking in the garden, catching me a mouse.
Oh, no.
It started, no.
Okay, back on track. Stay focused. Relax, Mei. You're not far from the capital.
He's making his approach. Although it doesn't appear that he wants to hurt me, I still have no weapon to defend myself with. What do you want with me? Did you kidnap me while I slept?
Straight to the point, aren't you?
Answer the question, Kosuke. I can't let him see how scared I am. I need to keep it together. I said, answer me, Kosuke.
You say my name with such disdain. Yet, I like the way it sounds coming from your lips. Excuse me while I vomit. I feel so wrong being Kosuke.
And you should.
I do. I need some holy water after this. Yes. Holy water.
She just like spritz him in the face.
Yes.
No, back. Okay.
Back.
There's something very familiar about him, but I don't know what it is. That was close. I was so caught in a daze that I nearly lost myself. Don't touch me. Breathe, Mei. Don't let him rattle you. We have a whole song about this at the end. We have a whole theme song about this, Mei.
Yes.
Remove your mask and let me see your face. Are you a coward then, criminal? Too scared to show your face?
How amusing. You have so much fire. Daisuke was... Okay, I can read. Daisuke was quite tempestuous too, as I recall. A family trait, perhaps?
Tell me what you know about my brother, now!
Oh dear. You're in no position to give orders to me. I don't tolerate those who don't know their place. That sounds like a line from Hayashi. Just saying. Anyway, You do well. You do well to be a little more subservient. Daisuke learned that the hard way, I'm afraid.
Quick zoom anime effect sound drop.
Yes.
Music intensifies. Rah!
Grabs.
Whoa, he straight up dodged.
Whoa! Okay. He just grabbed her leg and everything. Hello. You're really gonna try to fight me? How cute.
I am a soldier in the Blood King's army. Don't make light of me.
Soldier? A plaything for the Blood King, perhaps? Masquerading in his uniform for his own personal enjoyment.
Don't mock me. I wear the uniform with pride.
You'll never wear it again, so long as I have you.
Shut up. It's gonna be much louder than that.
Yes.
Shut up! Ning. Wait. Oh, she's... Ba-boom,
Uh-oh.
ba-boom. I love how she's like... NG, the NGH sound. Or Mei sounds attractive up until that point, and she's like...
Yes. Oh, dear. Careful, you're still recovering from the drug. If your heart rate continues to climb, you'll worsen until you collapse.
Another
A soldier, are you? Oh.
Don't
no.
mock me.
I see no soldier. Only the woman that is to become my wife.
Well then, allow me to adjust your sight.
Ooh, she gets a kick in. Yeet.
Yes.
Oh, she kicks the...
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Mucho oh no's.
You.
No!
That's the end.
Oh, I am not okay.
I'm not okay either, dude.
I was talking to Lifelight though, just for briefly earlier, and I thought I mentioned how funny it was, like how good our dubbed episodes line up.
Mm-hmm.
Like with the actual storyline, because we're doing her and Kozuke as a child, like right now.
Yep.
And it's like a good refresher for what's currently going on.
Yeah, including the flashback and all.
Oh. Oh no, I am not okay. But that's going to be such a beautiful chapter, especially with Zind being...
His bloopers are going to be fantastic for this.
Oh Lord. But like, I love it when Mei gets feisty, because that's like, I love voicing that Mei. Like, that's Mei.
I totally agree.
I love it so much. I love
that
being
and
her
drunk
fierce
Mei.
self. Drunk Mei, yes. Allow me to adjust your sight, criminal. Stop right there. Oh man, I know like a lot of people are on the Kozuke ship, and I get it, guys. Like he is very nice, like to look at. His personality sucks, but kind of abusive, violation, obsessive. They were cute as kids, okay? I totally shipped them as kids.
Yeah.
But now he's got Mei issues.
Yeah. I think Mei, and we kind of talked about this in the past, like Mei was kind of like the only person that was nice to him.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think he is very much traumatically scarred from whatever incident he had at the palace when he was with baby Katsu.
Baby Katsu. So obviously Yuta is one of his other names.
Yes.
And he was originally at the palace, but he's not from that country, so I guess it's assumed that he and Shibisaki are maybe related, and they were taken and placed there from what Katsu said in previous things.
Mm-hmm.
We're not sure, but like, yeah, we were talking about how, he was young, and he probably, when meeting Mei and seeing Mei, probably hung on to her, like her image and her kindness and her attraction and stuff, and her love. Like while he was in dark times, we don't know if he was taken back. We don't know what happened to him after he disappeared.
Right.
But obviously he still clung to her and like to an obsessive form. So psychologically, he just seems very much like reliant on her, to the point of even getting other women so that he feels even remotely close to her.
Exactly.
Like that's not okay.
No, it's not. And the other interesting thing from, let's see, is it episode? Webtoons, work with me, child. Come on. Episode 88, when it has the flashback to young adult Kozuke with Shiori, when Shiori was at the brothel that Ryusaki was at. He has all of the same like scarring that like Katsu has. Yuta / Kozuke has all the same type of scarring. So
we had some theories on that.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he was like, again, he's obviously, it's established he's from another country. They are in another country. So I'm wondering now if like the Blood King, Ryusaki and Katsu's father, like went around to all the kingdoms and like wiped them out or got them into servitude and like killed off like the original leaders or whatever. And which is why that palace is abandoned, but not, now Yuta / Kozuke is now inhabiting it again with his country's clothing and rituals and all that fun business. And like he took the princes of all of those and like indoctrinated them in some fashion.
Yeah, I mean, like they could all be brothers in a sense. Like I know, like in that like time, even though it's not like it's loosely based off of like the culture and stuff. But I know like in most historical dramas like this, like usually there's like 14 princes and they're all from different countries, different mothers, same father. But like it was very common back then to have multiple sons, all vying for different thrones, by multiple women, and so it is very possible that, they're all brothers or somehow created and there's a different ranking system. And then we weren't sure if like if Katsu and Kozuke were just like each other's decoy and that's why they have the same markings, or that they were both tortured together or in the same sort of situation. That was, we weren't quite sure. But like we have so many different like theories regarding, you know, are they brothers? Are they just, you know, loosely connected? I'm still curious, like random, but I'm still curious how Hayashi and Ryusaki first met. Because Hayashi knows all about Shiori.
He does.
Mm-hmm.
He does.
Like he talks about, I was listening to one of the older chapters, and when Joe was like, oh, you know, she's just like his old love, a concubine, no less. Like, he knows all about Shiori.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I'm wondering if Ryusaki was, like, with them first before.
Oh, that's actually an interesting idea.
Because he tolerates Hayashi, despite, like, Hayashi being a sucky person.
Yeah, and he kind of was playing him, or they were both trying to play each other to a degree, in the fact that, you know, Hayashi was originally like, you know, oh, if you take my deal, I'll make you the king, hew. And then Ryusaki ultimately turns him down. Which interestingly fed into like some of the next later episodes from there is when Hayashi and Shibisaki are then working together. So it's like, I wonder what Hayashi promised Shibisaki, or if Shibisaki was working with him the whole time.
We don't know anything about Shibisaki. We're just like,
no.
he's just, and that's why I'm like, it's something. He's something. Something's going down.
Mm-hmm.
He's
there, yeah. All of those ominous grunts are leading to something.
All those mysterious grunts. There's a whole different language. He's been telling us this whole time.
Yes. He communicates in grunts. Poor Eagle. You'll get lines eventually, my dude, I promise.
Yeah, last time he got lines, my channel almost got shut down. They're like, nope, it's too much.
It's too much. We can't handle this awesomeness.
He does awesome. I mean, you have to trust someone pretty well to get grunts from them on a weekly basis. So I need a grunt of disdain and a grunt of annoyance, along with a kind of like a disheveled grunt, not too long, you know.
And one annoyed grunt for good measure.
Dude, all of his lines is just like a minute straight of grunts, and I always laugh because like when you're just playing them in a row, they're just like, hoo, hoo, hoo. It's so funny. It's so great. He does so well.
He does.
And then speaking of Ryusaki, we're leading up to this.
You mean
like,
Hayate?
Hayate. I love that she calls him by his name. It's gonna be so sweet, and that's very intimate too. Like she hasn't even, like she started calling I think Katsu like right off the bat.
Yeah.
So there's like a straight leap, but like with Ryusaki, it took a while, and it was a slow burn, and like he could have kissed her in the last chapter, but he didn't, you know, and just kissed her forehead, and I thought that was really sweet and respectful, and I like how he's growing, and I like how, you know, her and Katsu are gonna be. She's going to go back and she's going to talk to him, and they're finally going to have a talk and fix their relationship and, you know, move on. I like where it's going. It's very sweet.
Yes. I do think Katsu still has some sort of feelings for her, which is why when Akane was being like, yeah, you should go talk with her, he's like, I will. And she's kind of like, oh, shoot.
And she's obviously got like lingering. She's leaning right now more towards Sayate. But, like, she still wants to talk to Katsu.
Absolutely.
And see, like, if, you know, they can talk it out.
Yeah. Unlike Kozuke, she can tell when infatuation stops and, like, real relationships begin and isn't, like, possessive and controlling and obsessive and, yeah.
Doesn't
anyway.
lock her indoors. That's I was looking at future chapters that we're going to dub, and, like, that one chapter where, you know, her and Katsu are being intimate, which I'm not looking forward to those, but we'll see.
It will be censored, my children,
I
so
really
just get
hope
over
Kodiak
it.
doesn't send me his raw files like he's been threatening to do.
I'll field them beforehand and cut them down.
He's like, you know that I'm going to do it. And I never tossed. I tossed my headphones so quickly. He's been teasing me about it, but it's Kodiak. It's Kodiak.
Bad Kodiak.
He won't do it. I think.
know.
Kodiak, if you're listening to this, don't. you.
We love you, but don't. Follow the script I write, and we'll make sure we cut out certain portions.
I feel like in the middle of his lines, like this is what Kodiak does. Kodiak's sneaky about it. He's sassy, okay? So like he'll say his lines, and then I'll just keep listening to them. You know, you're not really fully paying attention, and then he'll slip something in there that wasn't supposed to be there, and like I'll like scream and like throw my headphones off or something. Like it's pretty
remember
funny.
a certain blooper.
Yeah.
That shall not be named.
That's still the best one. Like, that's still the one that got me the worst. Cause, like,
it was so unexpected.
It's the first time he did it.
Oh, true. Because, like, when you sent it to me, I was like, oh, he did it. I expect it from Chrome. I don't expect it from Kodiak.
What's funny is that Chrome's never done that.
Nothing to that level, no. But he'll like the story time. In episode 56's dub, it was so good that you included it. The yay story time. I was like, oh my gosh. Yes. It's so perfect though. It totally fit the character and the situation.
Everyone's gotten their characters like so down now, which is awesome. And it's also funny that like Zin is the one that shows up the most often in the premieres.
Yes.
Like whenever we premiere an episode, Zin's there, and I love it so much.
I know. He's hilarious.
Koza K in the house.
Yeah.
You're always there for me.
What? What is this?
He's great. I love him.
I guess you just have to add him to your husband list since you have like 10 now.
No, don't encourage it. I've given up. I'm just marrying everyone now.
Yeah.
Like literally, I've stopped fighting it, and I literally just go, sure, just join the harem that I apparently have.
Oh, no.
I'll make a t-shirt. Just, I don't care. Because, like, if you fight it, then it gets worse.
True.
So now I'm just, like, accepting it. I'm like, sure. Everyone knows that I have one husband. For those of y'all who didn't know, I have one husband, but apparently
only one.
The internet is like, you have, like, are Chrome and Kodiak both your boyfriends that are in this with you? But both. They use the term both. And then you're like, are you and Kodiak, together? Or, are you and Chrome and Zind and Shibasaki and all these people and all these other guys that I've been in projects with and a couple girls too. And I'm like, why? Like Sky. They're like, are you married to Den and are you married to Sky? No. Women are high maintenance. Why would I marry a woman? I can't do it.
I can speak for myself
being
of the female
for this.
of the female club, and yes, we are high maintenance.
Oh my gosh. But no, like it's just the internet's crazy. So now I'm just like, if you can't fight it, you're just like, okay, fine. So no, Zin, I'm sorry, you're not in the club. I don't think. I don't know. I'm not the one who decides. My fake husbands.
Well, after this episode, he gonna be.
No. Oh, no. Zin, please don't listen to this. Please
we love you.
Have mercy on me. My poor soul. I can't handle anything in his voice. It's ridiculous. I'm immune to almost everyone else. But Zin is the one that I'm still working on being immune to. Because it's like, everyone else I can totally voice act with, straight-faced, no redness, just like completely just, oh yeah, I got this. I'm used to him now.
Yep.
But Zin is fairly new. So I'm like, oh, shoot. Why does he have to be so good at what he does?
He's also pretty dang sassy, just in general.
Oh, he is so sassy in general. He sings. He's fun. And we've been, like, working together for a while. But, like, never this closely, I guess. Like, we've just kind of been in projects in and out. But anyway, back to my dear cool bloody king.
Yes. So,
do you have any more main theories?
Yes. So, in episode 89, when Katsu and Akane are having their little fireside heart-to-heart, Akane says, "Did the name Yuta mean anything to you?" And Katsu gets this really like, oh my gosh, she went there look. And he looks like positively just destroyed. And then we cut to a flashback of him with blood all over his hands as a young kid. Well, not young, but like teenagery, like when we've seen him in the flashbacks, with his hands over his face, tears pouring out of his eyes, which is my poor cinnamon roll. And And there's like a bloody sword on the screen, and there's more blood splatters. And then there's the silhouette of his dad. And he goes, forgive me, I don't like to talk about my past much. So my thought being, his father, like, maybe did a battle royale between the heirs that he took from the other kingdoms. And he ordered Katsu to kill Yuta, which is why they became like mortal enemies. And Katsu thought he killed him, but didn't, which is where all of Kozuke's scars come from. And maybe that's where the rivalry and, you know, Ryusaki / Hayate says that he's the eldest, but he's not born to a noblewoman. So maybe that technical next person in line would have been Yuta / Kozuke, who may have been born from like a noble from his country and their dad. And he was killed off, so that made Katsu next in line. I don't know. That could be a longer theory, because it's established that Shibisaki is younger than Katsu is.
Isn't he? I think he's the youngest, isn't he?
He's the youngest of the bunch, yeah. Well,
yeah.
R.I.P. in peace.
That's probably why he's, just the general.
Yeah. And Osamu, wherever he is.
Osamu, yeah, I'm like, I don't know where
Him and Daichi
is.
are having, like, the best play date ever. You don't see Daichi and you don't see Osamu anymore. So bye, boys. This is the adults have taken over now.
Here's a theory. Osamu has Akane's hair color.
I said that a long time ago. I wondered if he was related to
like if
Hayashi
she got,
and Akane.
If she got violated.
Oh, because that is implied in episode 89, which is the other place I was going to go with that. Cause
yeah, that was sad in and of itself. But like back to like the Yuta and the like Katsu seems to like
have a lot of regret towards Yuta.
Yeah, like guilt, a lot of guilt.
Mm-hmm.
So either like he killed him, or maybe he,
thought he did.
I don't think he wanted to.
No,
like,
definitely
obviously,
not.
like it was either against his will or on accident, or as punishment something happened. And then Daisuke, I'm not sure how he fits into everything. Like obviously, if we look back at past chapters, there was at one point in Daisuke's journal that the words Yuta was in the paper.
In his handwriting.
So like he knows, he has some connection to Yuta. So either like maybe, he and Yuta killed him, he killed Yuta, Katsu retaliated. I have no idea. Or maybe Daisuke was one of the like loose sons or something. I don't know, because the Kihara family is attached to the royal family in some form.
Yeah.
Through their father or their mother. That's why I'm not sure. Like either like maybe a concubine was with Sanjiro, because Eiko doesn't really. Eiko is Kihara's mother, Mei's mother, but she doesn't seem like mother in a sense.
Well, just complexion wise too. Like Daisuke, Mei, and Daichi all have the black hair.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at Sanjiro and Aiko, and they have like sandy hair and like light brown sandy-ish hair.
Yeah,
so,
and what was with Fujioka being like, I watched my son suffer?
Yeah, and he has white hair, and who else has long white hair? Just saying.
It is very possible that he could be Katsu's like caretaker or father even. Like there's just, and we do know, confirm though, that Mei is Sanjiro's daughter. Like,
yes,
there is no question on that, because even Fujioka was like, I'm here because of your daughter. Like it's been very like, oh, you're his daughter. Like that's very much like she is his daughter. We just don't know what his connection is and what her brother's is.
And I still kind of hold to the theory that Sanjiro was the previous decoy to the previous Blood King. I feel pretty strongly about that that's the case. I could be completely wrong, but it just makes sense that would be like the original connection, and then maybe
There was
I
the
don't know.
theory that like Katsu is a decoy, and he just wasn't told, and that's why he's such a good decoy.
Well, I've thought that too. I was thinking it was like, a super roundabout, like you're the decoy of the decoy of the decoy, but you're actually the person,
You're the decoy of the decoy of the decoy.
Yeah.
What was it? Speaking of, so like, there was a theory. I'm not with it now, but like, there's a theory that maybe Daisuke was a decoy on a mission, or like he was someone's decoy and then got killed. Like something happened, and stuff like that. I thought at first, I was like, he could have been like, if Kozuke was the Blood King or was raised to be that way or whatever, he could have been like with him, like paired with him, since there seems to be such a connection between him and Yuta specifically.
Yeah, true.
But Kozuke in the flashback that we just did is so much younger.
He is. He's way younger.
He's way younger. So I'm like, that wouldn't have made sense. Like, I wonder, like, maybe Kozuke went to Mei's family. Like, like the boy will go to the family before he goes to the girl?
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe he went to the family and things went bad, and that's why he never showed up back to her.
Potentially, or
he's
maybe,
just a, little punk.
Ooh, here's a thought.
He probably got caught.
What if Daisuke was the one that caught on to Mei's little picnics with Yuta, and Daisuke was the one that brought him back?
Probably. Here's an even a bigger theory. What if it was Ryusaki? Because he was constantly with Daisuke.
Well, see,
watching
I think
Mei in the marketplace.
That's true, but my only thing with that is, in the flashback that we just did in episode 56, Daisuke's hair is Shibisaki short. It is short hair. And when him and Ryusaki see Mei in the marketplace, Mei looks like she's like 15-ish years old at that point, maybe 16.
Yeah, she's still waiting for him, but not to that capacity. Like, he's already
not
gone.
to that capacity. But Daisuke's hair is like Ryusaki long. Like, it's long. It is up in a do that I wish I could put my hair in.
Back, yes.
It's a very pretty hairdo. But
he's a very pretty man.
He's a very pretty man.
They all are. It's not right.
It isn't. It really isn't. It's like, I can't even do my hair like that if I tried, man. Anyway, so I think the time skip there, and then that also puts him and Ryusaki similarly aged, Daisuke and Ryusaki similarly aged, and which also makes me think that's when, or between those points is when Daisuke was brought in to be a decoy, maybe a decoy even of Ryusaki, or he was the decoy of the decoy, and he had to grow his hair out to match, Katsu's length and Ryusaki's length at the time.
Oh, no, okay, no, he was the decoy. Or he was being prepared to, because remember they, didn't he say that, Ryusaki say that he was only the replacement?
Ooh. I think you're
Wasn't
right.
that one chapter? Like, he was like, Katsu, I was disposable. If the decoy dies, you're easily replaced or whatever. Like, I thought for some reason that it was actually Ryusaki who wasn't the first pick.
And maybe that's the case, and maybe that's why Daisuke was being groomed from the get-go, because he is wearing the core uniform. He's wearing the black tunic with the red sash, like in the core. So maybe he was the original one, which would also pair up interestingly, and if our theory is right, that Sanjiro, his dad, was the decoy to the original Blood King.
Let me see.
And they groom the son. So they have the family of decoys and they have the royal family. And so they just pick, and pair based on that.
Episode 29 that he says it? Hold on.
Sure.
He's playing in 29. They're fighting after he kissed her. In front of people, he goes, "The Blood King is not a title given to one man alone. It began 3 generations ago. First generation Blood King was paranoid about assassination attempts. He hid in the shadows. The second generation, with Katsu's father, took a step further. He wanted no one to know the identity of himself or his son, and made a decoy for him as well." Meaning there's another one out there, which is what we thought Sanjiro was. And then the third generation, Asukai Katsu, would later choose me to be his decoy.
Okay.
Asukai to his royalty, I am not, as it's not a requirement for Blood King's alternate. Favorably, decoy is a skilled warrior. A king must trust his decoy. Should the king die, there will only be one Blood King remaining. But should I die, Katsu would choose another to take my place. It's always been a well-kept secret until recently. Unfortunately, the rebellion is aware that I am the decoy. Someone leaked it. The enemy may not know Katsu's true identity, but they know they'll kill me. They'll more likely seek to lure Katsu out from the shadows. I know it's only a matter of time before Katsu complies, but I think he needs a little push.
Which is interesting because they literally had him and Akane like dead to rights, and they're like, nah, you can go. See ya. And so, and if anybody would know, Kozuke would know. He grew up in the group, in the band of in the band of misfits that were groomed to be the Blood King. So one of my theories that I just came up with, I wonder if Daisuke was the original decoy to whoever won the battle royale to be the Blood King.
We're creating this whole story from scratch. Lifelight, just, you're gonna.
You can laugh. You can laugh at how.
She's probably chuckling, being like, "Battle Royale, like, wow, that's a stretch." None of them are related, you idiots. It's I've written it out.
It's so obvious
it's
to
so
me.
Obvious. Y'all are rabbit trailing a lot.
A lot.
We've created this whole Hunger Games system with people who may or may not be brothers.
Or cousins, or they might not even be related, but who knows?
They're all so hot, they have to be related. If not, I'm just sad that I didn't get one of their parents. Like, so many good-looking people, and that's just not right.
It's criminal.
It's criminal. That just, wow.
So what I just came up with, just thinking about all of the the vast rabbit holes we have run down today. So I wonder if Daisuke was the original decoy, or was like one of the two, and whoever proved themselves worthy became the next one, and was like in a trial type system. And if you remember the flashback to his actual death, where he had that note that said Yuta in his hands, he was still in the core uniform. So he wasn't, he wasn't the decoy at the time.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he was spying or had, quote, maybe defected and was just trying to get information, was trying to get back to say, hey, this new uprising, it was the guy you thought you killed, and, with my dying breath, I'm going to get this information back to you. And somebody got a hold of it somehow, because it ended up in the records room.
In the records room. My dove.
Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to get to the parody chapter.
Oh,
the
my
parody
Lord.
chapter is going to be a beautiful thing.
It's hilarious.
All my life will be able to see it.
If the ambassador can censor his work, I can censor mine, okay?
Exactly.
What was it?
But,
I just thought of something too. Like when Ryusaki and Daisuke are in the town, they don't approach Mei.
They don't.
So like at this point, maybe Mei doesn't know like where Daisuke is or what's going on, because you would think if he was her brother, he would approach her, right?
Right.
But like he's almost kind of like in secret, like, hey, that one over there, that one's my sister, from a distance.
And they don't go waltzing over to her.
She can't see me. Yeah.
That's interesting, because the impression I got from her from like the very early chapters is like, and even like from his the thing that they read at the posthumous award ceremony, is like, oh, he died in this great battle. So maybe she was under the impression like, oh, he was going and off and fighting and,
to a war. Yeah. He's
to a war.
In the service.
Yeah. And so in the meantime, he was at the palace being groomed to be the decoy, and he couldn't really be like, hey, sis, what's up?
Well,
this is my bro, Ryusaki.
They don't let people leave very often.
No, they don't.
I mean, think about like Mei had to sneak out with Ryusaki to see her family that one time.
Yeah.
But man, the plot is thickening. I cannot wait to use the wind sound effects. The billowing drapes.
Indeed.
Hopefully by that time I'll be a little better at After Effects and I can add something special. I don't know what, but we'll see.
The animated curtain blowing.
All those little curtains.
Yes.
Just like going crazy. Like, that's not the intention.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be flowy. It'd just be like these rickety little motions.
Indeed.
Oh gosh. I can't do with the suspense. I can't.
All right, I just had another thing pop into my mind.
Go for it. You have the blessings.
Blessings.
I knew it would come out. I got you. Exposed.
There's an interesting parallel between the want/need to quote unquote restore their kingdoms between Hayashi and Kozuke.
Yes.
Hayashi is a little bit more devious in the fact that, like, oh, I'll marry off my sister and then we'll have good relations with them and then maybe we can establish our own kingdom and come back and kill them at some other point. But he's more patiently biding his time, whereas Kozuke has already patiently bid his time, which I don't think that's the right word, but you understand what I'm going for.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's starting to make his move. And just
he doesn't
from
seem
the
very interested in the kingdom, though. He only really seems interested in Mei.
True. My only thing is that he's like restored the palace, and now he has his queen, and now what? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's true. Imagine his
that
like
will get
the heavy
boring.
gang members like just scrubbing the floors, restoring his mansion.
with
No
little
wonder they're so
toothbrushes.
ticked at him.
Yeah.
He made them restore his entire palace.
Yeah.
What do you think I hired you thugs for? Polish.
Clean, child, clean.
Oh, Lord.
Oh dear.
I just had a random.
I smell a Mr. Clean thing because the guy was bald. Remember the bald guy
Oh,
who
my
saw her in the thing?
I will wipe it with your
Mr.
face.
Clean. He's Mr. Clean.
Mr. Clean. Oh my Lord! I just had this image with Kozuke in a spray bottle, like. Like,
that sounds familiar to the Discord.
Oh yeah,
colon,
okay.
Holy water, colon.
So for y'all who don't know, quick little snippet. I have like a little emoji in our cast server that's a bottle, and it's a bottle of holy water. Like, it says holy water on the emoji, and I use it on Zind a lot. I just
Yes.
pop it up there.
Well,
But
he's kind of a naughty child most of the time, so he needs it.
the cast is full of naughty children. Like,
Yes.
it's just funny. They're all so fun, and great. But they, I just thought of, like, with Hayashi,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's the distraction point. So you know how, like, authors will make you focus on a bad guy? And
True.
you think the whole time that they're the ones that are the devious ones, but really, like, you're just assuming based off of a few actions, when really it's someone who, you know, you haven't really been paying attention to because you're so certain it's the one guy who's so obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Like with Hayashi, yeah, he's a douche. Excuse my French. But he also seems to care for Akane. Like, it's a bit misguided, but at the same time, he's like, you know, you're gonna be queen. I'm doing this for you. Like, it almost kind of seems like they escaped their situation, and now he's just desperate to secure a different place. Like, we can't go back, you know, very much like, you know, because he's had moments where he's like, where's Asuka? I don't understand how a man can change so much. He wrote you letters every day. Like, obviously, like, he's with his sister in a sense. I don't think he's the one that abused her.
Yeah.
I think if anything, because she, like, yeah, she is timid with him, but at the same time, like, she's, you know, cried in front of him. She's done things. Like, she does seem, like, semi-close to him as a sibling.
Yeah.
Despite, because, you know, she doesn't want him hurt. That's the first thing
True.
she told Katsu.
She was like, don't do it. Don't hurt him.
Yeah. So, like, I'm actually, like, I'm theorizing that, like, he's actually not the bad guy in this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that someone else behind the scenes that we haven't been paying direct attention to is more the focal point. Yeah, maybe.
The ambassador is the bad guy. Dun, dun, dun.
Because, like, I was listening to it, and, like, Hayashi, yeah, he's doing some stupid things, but they're not inherently evil.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he sent Ryusaki and Mei together on a trip. You know, like, he didn't force them together. He was just like, let's see what happens, because I know my friend's attracted to her. And that'll clear way for my sister to be with the guy who she should be with and who said he loved her.
Mm-hmm. My only hang up with that is I can't remember. I think it was in his deal with Ryusaki, or it might have been in the conversation with Shibisaki. I don't remember 100%, but he talks about removing Katsu from the picture, basically. Not saying kill him, but just saying like, hey, he knew, you know, that's our problem. This is a problem that needs to go away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he promised if Ryusaki took his deal, Ryusaki would get the throne, which, you know,
it
in
could
the
be
current
of
state
their
of affairs would
kingdom
be
that's no longer there, that they're just bluffing on.
True. Very true. Anyway, continue.
I have no idea. I just know that he's probably not the main, you know, he's not the main issue. Obviously, Kozuke now is more of the main issue, and Hayashi's more like a henchman that's blinded by his current situation.
Yeah, or he's obviously working with Kozuke in some form or fashion, so maybe he's just working off of the promises that Kozuke gave him.
Or he just made lewds of Mei and is selling them to random buyers. Like, Kozuke doesn't know his name. He's just like the painter. Paints well.
Yes.
More, please.
Paint me like one of your dear Koldian girls.
Paint me like a Koldian.
I have a feeling that's going to be a spinoff. Somebody's going to do that.
Oh, my Lord.
But something interesting, again, like what I was talking about with the parallels between Hayashi and Kozuke of wanting to, like, restore their kingdoms. I wonder if, obviously Kozuke has a lot of interior knowledge to the Blood King thing. And speaking of one of the episodes we just dubbed, episode 55, where we have that great conversation between Fujioka and Sanjiro. And Sanjiro's like, I'm not going to tell her. You can't make me tell her. We're never going to tell her. And
I'm not going to do it.
I'm not going to do it. And Fujioka's like, but bro, you really need to tell her, because if she's going to find out some way, and it would be better if she found out from you guys than somebody else. I wonder if that somebody else is going to be Kozuke. Now that he has her in his possession,
probably
she really can't do anything. He probably knows all of the whatever it is that hasn't been revealed yet, and he's going to be the one that tells her to try and sway her to his side.
Fujioka's a wizard.
Yes,
well, I mean, he even said, or will she run into the arms of a madman for her answers?
Yeah, how about that? He's
Madman.
kind of a foreshadowing. Hashtag foreshadowing.
Who's mad? Oh, that would be Kozuke. Yeah. I don't know. I honestly don't know what's going to come first. You know, like, I don't know
either.
What parts Lifelight's going to tackle first. Like, if we're going to find out who Mei is, or I guess we're going to deal with who Kozuke is a little more, because he was just revealed and she recognizes him. Which the next chapter, that's going to be interesting. I am very, very excited.
Yeah, that reveal is...
Why did you leave me? We're going to find out, like, why. He's probably going to lie out of his teeth, but, like, still it's going to be interesting to get some, like, information.
And maybe that'll be the nice expositional turn to be like,
Phew.
Why didn't you show up? I showed up for you and you left me hanging. And he'll be like, well, you know, that guy you like, Ryusaki, is actually a jerk, and he drugged me. He figured it out, or Daisuke figured it out, and they drugged me back.
Ooh.
And I was tortured.
Watch him frame Ryusaki, like, just as their relationship is getting good and she's starting to fall in love. He's gonna oh no, Kozuke.
Yes.
Get
and then
off
be
my
like,
ship and onto your own island. Oh.
And then be like, you know, hey, you know,
He
they
killed your
drugged me
brother.
back, and, you know, they were ordered to kill me and I barely escaped.
Yeah.
And, you know, all of this happened because
Ryusaki Hayate.
Or just, here's the family plot behind you, and this is why they're so controlling and I would let you be your own woman and I would let you fulfill whatever destiny you're supposed to fulfill.
Avenge
because
Daisuke.
Yeah, and wouldn't that just be a kicker if Katsu or Ryusaki had killed Daisuke either on purpose or accident?
It's very possible. But like,
and be like,
I can see Kozuke definitely like framing them, getting her, bent on revenge. And she may, not be entirely for it, but at the same time, I could see Mei slightly considering like, oh, my brother, like she might play along with it maybe. I
and
actually
maybe that's
thought. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
As I say, the resentment of them not telling her either, because she knows that they know more, and they're not. Both of them aren't saying. Like Ryusaki
Power
gave
of
more
love.
information, and then he gave her more than he should have, and he even said that. But it just makes me wonder if they both know what happened, and like either one of them killed him, like I said, on purpose or accident. And Kozuke is going to be like, so that guy or one of those guys that you really like, yeah, they were the ones that killed your brother. And they've been covering it up the whole time. I'm actually going to be honest with you. And I think that could be a very
Like
good
and then
manipulation.
Her childhood crush, first love. Like I've been looking, I actually thought that he might pull like I'm not Kozuke, I'm working for Kozuke. I've been, trapped with him this whole time. That's why I wasn't able to find you, and I found you, and her like believing him. And
I think there's going to be a lot of mental manipulation.
Oh, poor girl.
Coming down the pipeline.
Poor girl.
Whether and like you were talking about with the hidden bad guy, maybe Katsu and Ryusaki are the bad guys and the other guys that were trying to pull her away were actually the good guys. I don't know.
We have no idea. Well, we definitely know Kozuke's a bad, like just messed up, but it's definitely like, oh no.
Or maybe he had his
next?
reasons.
Have you ever seen like Mulan 2?
I think I've seen parts of it. I don't think I've seen the whole thing.
Like there's the end where spoilers for any of you who haven't seen Mulan 2. It's been out for like decades. Let's not okay. But what happens is that they're escorting these princesses to be married at this foreign kingdom, and Shang falls off a cliff like trying to protect them. And so Mulan releases the princess and goes to get married in their place because, Shang's no longer alive. And so they're doing like the ceremony. She's about to get married to this prince, and Shang bursts in like all disheveled. It's like, I'm not dead.
No.
I'm alive and I'm going to marry this woman.
Uh-huh.
It'd be hilarious if Ryusaki pulled that. Like she's about to get married and he's like, I'm not dead. The fire didn't burn me.
As I say, because we really don't know his status
waifu.
right now.
Yeah.
Although he has the thickest of plot armor. But
Yes. They all have plot armor.
they certainly do. I'm still waiting for the Game of Thrones twist. I have a feeling that it's something Lifelight would do. And for all those who don't know Game of Thrones, obviously, because a lot of you are younger.
Don't. We do not recommend Game of Thrones.
Do not recommend for the younger viewers. You must be quite old and mature. Yes, I have, but I'm also 5 years your elder, so.
Oh, yes, I know. I'm so little.
You're such a baby. But, no, and I watch heavily edited versions of it, too. But anyway.
Angel.
I have my halo. But basically, Game of Thrones is known for killing off people who you never thought would have been killed off.
And butts.
And butts. And other things. And yeah.
Lifelight promised me she wouldn't do that, though. Like, no more like, overly sexual content. I don't want to die. I was like, please don't kill me. She's like, oh, no, nothing is going to be like as bad. And I was like, oh, thank goodness.
But she didn't promise about not killing off people we like.
That is true.
So that's what I have a feeling. I don't know why. I just have a feeling that somebody we know and love is fixing to get off.
Let it not be Ryusaki Hayate. Take Mei. Take me instead. I will do a dramatic death.
You're kind of the main character.
There's a point where like you get so immersed into your character to where like your work doesn't stop when you leave the mic. Like it follows you.
Absolutely.
Like as a voice actor, like and as an actor, like sometimes your work will follow you. So like when you sleep, you like dream about it. Mm-hmm. And like so it was like episode like 20 or something around that like time that like when we were really getting into our characters.
Yes.
And I went to bed after like a long night of recording, and I had a dream that I was like, you know, in the story, and Ryusaki died, and I was so mad. Like as Mei,
no.
like I was like holding it, and I was like, oh no, and I was just so like I was crying my eyes out, and I was like, this is not right, this is not okay. And then I was like, why am I dreaming this? And that's when I knew whose ship I was on. But it was really funny because it does, like, it'll follow you, which is also why, like, quick little side note, like why, you know, you have to be careful method acting and not associating actors with their characters. Like, but like you can associate, but like don't box them in as like, for me, I relate a lot to Mei and her personality traits. I'm a lot goofier, but like if I were in that situation, in that scenario, I'd probably be a lot like Mei.
Yeah.
That's why I love voicing her. But at the same time, you know, like when fans are constantly putting you in that box, you know, like it's not very healthy, you know? And so I've had to like, and even like after recording sessions and stuff, if it's like the ones with Kozuke and Mei, like I had to remove myself from the character completely.
Absolutely.
Because of how traumatizing that mindset was when she was so scared for Kozuke. Like I had to put myself there as, hey, this man that I don't know, this bad guy has violated, you know, my character has violated Mei, has violated me. I don't know what to do. I can't tell anyone. And if I even let anyone know, he's gonna kill my brother, my little brother. And being like how scared you are and how all those emotions will run through. So I had to put myself there and then, you know, perform and then pull back.
And you definitely did a fantastic job, because when I was editing the lines, I was literally just like, I had like goosebumps so many times. I was like, holy crap, like this is too real.
Right? Though, and that's why like you have to just be careful with that stuff.
Yeah. And I will even say, you know, I didn't even record it, but just listening to it and editing it, I even was just like, okay, now that we're done with that, I'm going to take like an hour-long YouTube break and watch funny cat videos, because oh boy, that was a lot. And and I'm wondering if we're going to get more into Akane too, which would be very interesting.
Probably, yeah.
And then I will have to
and then I'll be sending you YouTube videos.
I'll be like, Ruka, I need funny videos, please.
I know. That's why I love Mei in the chapter we just read, because she's like, you know, she's standing up to him, and that actually helps me too. Like, because I'm with Mei and I'm growing with her and acting, you know, her character. So like her finally being like, shut up. I'm like, yes, my heart needed that too. Yes. Like that's what you should be telling him, girl. Do it.
Another fan theory just popped into my head.
This will be the last one before we close.
Yes.
We've been going off for a while, but no, it's good. It's good that we have like, we've been pretty silly with our past ones, like pretty keeping it kind of short and summarizing. So like, but this is like what we normally do, is we normally go a pretty long time. And so you guys are kind of getting more of our rambly thoughts. It's not as like entertaining, but it's our theories and stuff. So hope you enjoy our random tangents. But yes, one more fan theory.
So our dear, lovely, wonderful third husbando option, dear Kozuke, when he shows up on scene today, when he shows up,
husband?
Well, well, technically he would be like, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, I wasn't talking about me.
No, I'm just saying in the comic, I'm just talking about the boys in general. He'd be like the fifth one, because you've got Katsu, Ryusaki. Some people like Hayashi for some strange reason.
No. Stops now. No Hayashi.
But you also have the wonderful, the beautiful, the OTP Deluxe.
OTP.
The ambassador.
The incredible. The insatiable. Like with a little hit movement.
You're going to make me cough.
Powerful Mushu.
Yes. But yes, our dear lovely ambassador. My dear cold-blooded ambassador. But then we also have Kozuke. So he's like the fifth one in the chart. But when he shows up in tonight's episode, he has a mask on. Similar to Katsu's.
And Ryusaki's.
And Ryusaki's.
They all got
So
the
my
masks.
So if you remember, back, way on back, in one of the flashbacks, I think that happens in one of the episodes in the 40s-ish? I think late 40s.
That we've covered?
Have we covered it?
We're in the
think we
50s.
have. Yep.
We're on episode 57, I think.
I think that was the first time where Zend was young Kozuke. Yeah, it definitely was.
Oh, are you talking about when Kozuke presents the mask to Katsu?
Uh-huh. I am indeed.
Yep.
And he's like, when you put this on, you're a completely different person. And when you take it off, you can be whoever you can be who you want to be.
Uh-huh.
Which is an interesting parallel right now. So he's got the mask on and he's trying to be like this. Oh, yes, I'm a crime lord. Look at how scary I am. And then at the end of the episode, she kicks it off as the strong, empowered female that she is. So she kicks it off. It falls off. And then she's like, it's you? So we've seen Kozuke without the physical mask on, so just wondering. Not putting brownie points in his favor because I still think he's creepily obsessive and like stalkery. But it's an interesting parallel that he had a mask on trying to pretend to be someone else that she wouldn't like totally freak out. And then when it came off, he's like, hey, you know what I mean?
And the red drapes. He's like, I'll have all these drapes here.
Yes,
flowing in the wind to make me look less intimidating and more like a shoujo prince.
Exactly.
He's had too much time to himself.
he's been smoking too
Wind
much
effects.
of that koosh.
The gangs members are just like blowing, on the curtains.
Yeah, just they have like the. I can see that they're like.
That fits with the other theory though of saying that like he wasn't going to say it was him at first, and maybe go to her later and be like, "Oh, I can't believe it's you." Like, "Oh, I'm trapped here in this palace too. Let's run away together from Kozuke." But she drop kicked his aspirations right off his freaking face.
I like that turn of phrase. Drop kicked his aspirations.
That's not how I meant it, but I'll take it. I'll allow it.
I'll allow it. Just this once.
Everyone's always like cliffhangers, like, oh, you pushed me off that cliffhanger, you dropped me off. I'm like, Lifelight drop freaking kicks us every week off that cliff.
Every week. She is the queen of cliffhangers.
I like drop kicking things. I just like using the phrase drop kicking because it just seems so funny to me.
It is.
Like, you're not just kicking something, you're literally punting it. You are setting it up to be destroyed. Yes. I love it.
But also, like, the look on his face, it doesn't quite have the innocence that the younger Kozuke or the Yuta had when they first met.
Oh, yeah. He was much younger.
But he, like, there's still, like, a little creepy vibe to it, but, like, the end frame, or the second to the end frame, he doesn't look like, oh, I'm gonna murder you now. He's just kind of like, yeah, you caught me.
Mm-hmm. I think, like I said, I think he does love her. I just think it's not
a weird infatuation.
It's an obsessive love. So it's like he does love her. Like, obviously, like, he's been obsessed with her. He treats her like a bride. He's very possessive of her. So like that is a form of love. It's not a good form of love, but he does see her like that. So I don't think he'd ever hurt her physically. Like, he wasn't even fighting back. He was dodging the whole time. Mm-hmm. So I don't think he'd hurt her. But I am very curious to see how this is handled.
Yeah. I just thought it was interesting with the mask that he was the one that came up with the concept for Katsu, and then he ended up wearing one.
Yes.
When he finally got Mei. So I just thought that was kind of interesting.
Adjust your sight. Oh, that's going to be so good.
Yes.
And also, another parallel, too, he goes, do you know how Ryusaki and Katsu had that whole argument, like, she's a woman, no, she's a soldier?
Yes.
And how he goes,
and she says,
I see no soldier.
Oh.
Because he goes, I see no soldier, only the woman that has become my wife.
Uh-oh, Poscadios. And then she retaliates with, I am a soldier.
Yeah, don't mock me. Oh, gosh. Even though what's funny is that seriously editing that is going to be so cool, but at the same time, part of me, like, when she kicks off the mask, wants to, like, put on Careless Whisper. looking at the face like dun 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 you dun dun dun. I feel like, or like when he first enters the palace.
Yeah.
She's like, "Who's there?" In the red drapes.
You're on those red drapes, man. Well, maybe that can be the outtakes. We can actually have like a full outtake version.
Oh my gosh. Maybe for Patreon users, because I can't use Careless Whisper on YouTube.
On YouTube.
Or else I would have used it for like every single Ryusaki scene ever. Then punch me. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, maybe you could go to like Fiverr or something and get one of like the bad flute people to like do like the butchered version.
The Titanic song on the flute. Have you ever
Yes.
heard that where it's like
Yes. Yeah.
That just plays the broken flute. Oh my lord. That's just
I actually think they have Careless Whisper
really?
on the broken flute. I might have to research that.
If you find that, please
I'll
send
send it to
my
you.
way. Because Zin will totally go along with that.
Oh, I know.
We're going to do like a spoof
And that would
scene.
just add to the comedy to it if we had that as a blooper reel.
He'd start singing it, knowing him. He'd sing along.
Oh yeah, of course.
He'd be like,
Or maybe just
hello, May. Da-na-na-na.
Or maybe we should just tell. I'll put it in the script. Be like, hey, this is for an outtake scene.
Kosuke starts singing Careless Whisper.
Yeah, sing Careless Whisper for us.
Oh
They
my
couldn't technically take
Lord.
it down for that.
If it's a cappella. Hold on. What are the lyrics? I don't even know the
I don't either. I just know the
lyrics. Hold on.
saxophone.
I'm looking it up.
What if another rabbit hole?
I feel so unsure as I take your hand and lead you to the dance floor. As the music dies, something in your eyes calls to mind the silver screen, and it's all sad goodbyes. They're childhood, I can see that. I should have known better than to cheat a friend and waste the chance that I've been given, so I'm never gonna dance again the way I danced with you.
Oh gosh, you know he would.
There's no comfort in the truth. Pain is all you'll
I'm
find.
sending it to you right now. Oh my gosh.
Like Kosuke just breaks out a flute in the scene, just like, "Hey May, before I tell you, your past and what happened to your brother that I may or may not have killed, I have this number that I've prepared for years, waiting for you."
And
here
we know you like Katsu's Guchin or Guchin music.
Guchin.
So it's like, here, I've prepared this for you. You think that Guchin is awesome? Just you wait.
The only thing you've played is my heart.
Oh. You and your dad jokes, man.
They're so bad.
There you
I'm
go.
really getting a call just to do dad jokes.
Oh, hold on. I think I saved one the other day that I was like, I need to send this to Ruka. 1 second.
The guy is holding a giant flute in his hands.
Mm-hmm.
With oh my lord. Okay. Well,
Yes.
let's say goodbye to the audience before we get into this.
We can cut this rant out completely.
Oh gosh. Well, thank you guys for joining us. We're sorry it's a bit like tangent-y, but we hope you enjoyed it to some extent and that you can like post your own theories in the comments and what you guys think. If you're big Kozume shippers, that is cool. You do you. You know, as long as it's not hurting anyone and you're not hurting any other people by doing so, you are completely fine to ship whoever you want. We'll just be over here on our own boat. Same thing with Katsume.
Yes.
Just be nice in the comments. Be respectful to each other.
And even Katsukane, because they're cute.
Katsukane, yes.
I ship them.
Yes, they are cute. But just be respectful to each other, please. And be nice in the comments. These are fictional people as much as we are attached to them. And they're not worth treating real people like crap. So let's not do that. But please post
And also
your theories.
tag your spoilers.
Oh, yeah.
Tag your spoilers, folks, because not everybody has read to this point.
Yes. Which, by the way, I'm going to flick up this little fan art thing real quick before we it was by a creator of ours. I will a fan in the Discord server. I will link their name in the description, but they made a Mayfin. Look at that. They made a Mayfin. Yes, they did. Look at the little Mayfin. It's adorable. If you have art of like our podcast or something of us, My Dear Cold Blooded King related, that's completely fine. Like we allow that. That's not over character association, as long as you're not drawing like me and another actor together, like being weird. Funny things are okay, but like not intimate things ever, please.
No.
But like funny group things is fine, and My Dear Cold Blooded Thing related to the podcast and stuff. And if you have those, you can send those over to my email or tag me on Twitter, and we will display them on our next podcast. And I will just generally fangirl and show them off on my social medias as well. So keep that in mind. And with that, we're going to say goodbye to y'all. So goodbye.
Goodbye.
Be safe. Don't do drugs. Don't follow Kozuke.
That took a turn.
All these
Don't be like
drugs
Kozuke.
and the thing. Don't watch Game of Thrones and don't do drugs, okay? Protect your minds.
Be innocent. Continue to be innocent.
Yes, be pure. PG-13. So we will see y'all. Bye-bye.
Bye.